There is a version of you that you must leave behind. A version built from fear, self-doubt, and past mistakes. One that whispers lies, holds you back, and keeps you trapped in a life far smaller than the one you were meant to live. But today, that version dies. Because true transformation requires sacrifice, and the price of your new life is your old one. Are you ready to let go? To step into wisdom, happiness, and the power that has always been within you? Stay with me until the end, because this might just be the moment that changes everything. There is a version of you that is weak, afraid, and chained to the past. A version that clings to outdated beliefs, toxic habits, and self-imposed limitations. It is the version that whispers in your ear, telling you that change is too difficult, that comfort is better than growth, and that you are safer remaining as you are. That version must die. You were not born to remain the same. Life moves forward, but many refuse to move with it. They hold on to old identities like worn-out masks, afraid of what lies beyond. They fear the unknown, even when the known is suffocating them. This is the greatest tragedy of the human mind, not failure, but the refusal to transform. You must face the shadow of who you have been. That version of you was built by fear, shaped by wounds, and reinforced by the expectations of others. It is the version that makes excuses, avoids responsibility, and repeats destructive cycles. You have carried it long enough. It is time to set it down. But understand this: death is not easy. The version of you that you must kill will not go quietly. It will fight to stay alive, convincing you that without it you are nothing. It will remind you of past failures, tempt you with old comforts, and tell you that transformation is too painful. It lies. Growth is painful, yes, but stagnation is worse. If you do not kill the version of yourself that holds you back, it will kill the person you were meant to become. Step forward and let the old self crumble. Let the past versions of you burn in the fire of transformation. From the ashes build something stronger, wiser, and untamed by fear. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not the voice that tells you to settle. You are something greater, something still unfolding. But to reach that version, you must kill the one who stands in the way. The shadow self. The hidden force controlling your life. Deep within you lies a part of yourself that you rarely acknowledge. The part that holds your fears, insecurities, and unspoken desires. This is your shadow self, the version of you that operates in silence, shaping your thoughts, decisions, and behaviors without you even realizing it. It is the weight that keeps you from stepping fully into happiness and intelligence. You see, every negative pattern you struggle with, the self-doubt, the procrastination, the anger that rises in moments of stress, these are whispers from the shadow. It is the part of you that has absorbed pain, rejection, and past failures, and without confronting it, you will remain trapped in cycles that sabotage your growth. How many times have you held yourself back because of a fear you couldn't quite explain? That's your shadow speaking. It keeps you in toxic relationships because it whispers, "This is what you deserve." It stops you from taking risks because it convinces you you will fail just like before. It thrives in the comfort of old wounds, feeding on every moment you shrink away from change. But here's the truth: your shadow does not have to control you. Happiness, wisdom, and intelligence begin the moment you turn toward this hidden part of yourself and face it. The strongest, wisest people are not those who ignore their darkness, but those who learn from it. So ask yourself, who is really in control of your life, you or the part of you that wants to keep you small? If you truly desire happiness, if you want to step into your greatest potential, then it's time to look within. The life you want is waiting, but first you must meet the part of yourself that stands in the way. The death of the old self, letting go of who you no longer are. There is a version of you that no longer belongs in your life. It is the version built from old fears, past mistakes, and limiting beliefs that have kept you from true happiness. It is the part of you that clings to familiar pain because it is easier than stepping into the unknown. But if you want to live a life filled with wisdom, intelligence, and deep fulfillment, you must be willing to let that version die. Think about it. How many times have you held on to old habits, toxic relationships, or self-doubt, simply because comfort is seductive, but it is also dangerous? It keeps you trapped in a cycle where you relive the same struggles, tell yourself the same excuses, and watch time slip through your fingers. Here's the truth. You are not who you were 5 years ago. You are not defined by your past mistakes. You are meant to evolve, to grow, and to step into a new version of yourself. One that is fearless, wise, and fully alive. Ask yourself, what are you holding on to that is holding you back? The life you want is on the other side of that answer. The individuation process, becoming who you were meant to be. You were not born to live according to someone else's expectations. From childhood you were shaped by society, family, and past experiences, told what to believe, how to behave, and what kind of person you should be. But somewhere along the way you may have lost sight of who you truly are. Individuation is the process of breaking free from these external influences and stepping into your own identity. It is the journey of stripping away the beliefs, habits, and fears that were placed upon you and discovering the person you were meant to become. This is where true wisdom and happiness begin, not in following a path dictated by others, but in creating your own. How much of your life has been spent pleasing others, seeking approval, trying to fit into a mold that was never meant for you? It's time to stop. You cannot be fully happy, fully intelligent, or fully alive while carrying the weight of someone else's expectations. This is your life, your choices, your future. But to claim it, you must ask yourself, who am I when no one is watching? Who would I be if fear didn't hold me back? The answers to those questions are the key to your transformation. The comfort of familiar pain, why you stay stuck. Happiness is what we all seek, yet many remain trapped in cycles of struggle, frustration, and self-sabotage. Why? Because familiar pain feels safer than the unknown. You may not realize it, but part of you has grown comfortable with your current struggles, the habits that hold you back, the toxic relationships, the negative self-talk. These things may not bring happiness, but they are predictable, and the mind clings to what it knows. Change feels uncertain, and uncertainty feels like danger. But here's the truth. Your old pain is not your home. Think about it. How often have you stayed in a situation long after you knew it was no longer serving you? How many times have you told yourself, I'll change tomorrow, only to wake up and repeat the same patterns? It's not because you can't change. It's because your mind has convinced you that staying the same is safer. But safety is not the goal. A full, wise, and happy life is. Growth requires risk. It requires stepping beyond what is comfortable and choosing to believe that something better is waiting. So ask yourself, are you willing to let go of familiar pain to step into real happiness? The choice is yours. The power of choice. You are not trapped at any moment. You have the power to change your life. The problem is, most people don't believe it. They tell themselves they're stuck, that their circumstances, past mistakes, or fears define them. But here's the truth. You are never truly stuck. You are only choosing to stay the same. Every decision you make shapes your future. Every habit you repeat reinforces an identity. The life you are living right now is the result of the choices you've made, consciously or unconsciously. And that means if you want something different, something better, you can choose it. How many times have you wished for change but done nothing about it? How often do you tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, next week, or when the timing is right? Stop waiting. There is no perfect moment. The only moment you control is this one. If you want to be wiser, start learning. If you want happiness, stop feeding negativity. If you want success, stop fearing failure. The power is in your hands. So ask yourself, what choice can you make today that will bring you closer to the life you truly want? Decide now, because every second you delay is a second lost. Rebirth through struggle. Growth requires pain. Most people want change, but few are willing to endure the discomfort that comes with it. The truth is, transformation is not easy. It is painful. It demands sacrifice. But without struggle, there is no growth. Only the illusion of comfort. Think of the strongest, wisest, and happiest people you know. Do you think they got there by avoiding hardship? No, they grew because they faced their fears, endured failure, and pushed through moments of doubt. They understood that pain is not the enemy. Staying the same is. Right now, you may be in a season of struggle. You may feel lost, uncertain, or overwhelmed by the weight of change. But ask yourself, is this pain breaking you, or is it shaping you? Struggle is the fire that burns away weakness, leaving behind only strength. Every great transformation begins with resistance. Every moment of difficulty is a test of whether you will stay where you are or push forward. You have a choice. Remain in comfort and live a life of quiet frustration, or endure temporary pain to create a life of wisdom and happiness. One road is easy but unfulfilling. The other is difficult but leads to everything you want. So, which path will you take? Integration of the new self. Becoming who you are meant to be. Changing your life isn't just about letting go of the past. It's about choosing who you will become. Too many people focus on what they don't want. Old habits, toxic relationships, negative thinking. But they never take the next step. Who are you without those things? Who is the person you are creating? You cannot simply destroy the old version of yourself and leave an empty space. If you do, the same patterns will creep back in. Nature abhors a vacuum, and so does the mind. The key to lasting happiness, wisdom, and intelligence is not just removing the negative, but actively building the positive. What does the best version of yourself look like? How does that person think, act, and make decisions? What kind of life do they live? Start embodying that now. If you want to be wise, seek knowledge. If you want to be strong, make difficult choices. If you want happiness, stop waiting for it and create it. Every action you take today is a brick in the foundation of your new self. Stop looking back. Stop hesitating. Start building. Because the life you want is not waiting. It is yours to create. Everything you desire, wisdom, intelligence, happiness, and a life of true fulfillment, is on the other side of change. But transformation is not something that happens by accident. It is a choice. A choice to confront your shadow, to let go of who you used to be, to break free from familiar pain, and to step fully into the person you were meant to become. This journey will not be easy. It will challenge you, push you, and at times make you question everything. But the alternative? Staying the same, living in cycles of regret, watching time slip away while you wait for a moment that will never come. You deserve more than that. You deserve a life where you wake up every day with clarity, purpose, and the unshakable confidence that you are on the right path. So make the choice. Kill the version of yourself that holds you back, and step into the life you were meant to live. It starts now. Good luck on your journey, and remember, you have everything you need to become the person you were meant to be. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the other side of transformation.